Welcome. Today's video will be about what's happening. Scimandans, what are you doing in my channel?
If you ask a selection of flat earthers where they first heard about flat earth, you can bet your bottom dollar that a vast majority would have said Eric Debunk. This means that it's extremely important that we keep pushing back against Eric. And today we're going to do that once more.
Yes, of course, Dan. I will do a video about Eric Debunk. Let's start.
Nowadays, and for the past 5 centuries, since the introduction of the heliocentric globe deception, all world maps and explorers have depicted and described the North Pole and surrounding region as being nothing but an arbitrary point in a semi-frozen tundra.
Semi-frozen tundra? This is Henningsvær, Lofoten, Norway, north of the Arctic Circle.
Previous to this, however, depictions and descriptions of the North Pole and surrounding regions in world maps and ancient explorers' accounts were very different. Firstly, before the 16th century, the North Pole was never once shown or thought to be just some random, ambiguous point amidst a low-salinity Arctic Ocean as it is now.
The first man to reach the North Pole was Robert Edwin Parry, 1909.
Instead, the North Pole was universally described and depicted from diverse cultures all across the Earth as being a gigantic magnetic mountain situated directly below Polaris.
This is filmed from a helicopter that's on the way landing on the Swedish icebreaker Oden. It's from an expedition at the North Pole. Do you see a mountain, Eric? Wonder why? Because there are no mountain at the North Pole. As you see, it's a sea covered with ice.
The prevailing belief was that compass needles the world over were actually pointing to a huge lodestone mountain made of magnetite at the pole, in contrast to today's prevailing belief that compass needles are pointing to some constantly moving magnetic field generated by hypothetical molten metal existing at the center of a fantastical globe Earth. While neither claim can be confirmed or denied without independent exploration and experimentation,
Of course you can, by yourself, determine that it's correct. Here you have the magnetic field and you see the magnetic declination on different parts of the world. And here you have an illustration how the magnetic north is moving. This is a chart that are used when we're navigating at sea. All charts are marked with the printing year. So why is that important to know what year this was printed? If you look at this part of the chart, you have a compass rose and it's very important. Let me explain. If you look at this arrow, you see the declination is westward. Let's look closer in the middle of the compass rose. The declination in this area was 4 degrees and 15 minutes west, and it was the year of 1985. And the annual decrease is 8 minutes per year. How do I know this is correct? On ships we have different types of compasses. Magnetic compasses, Euro compasses, GPS compasses. Euro compass is not depending on the magnetic field of the Earth, so it's always point at the geographic north, not the magnetic. And the same goes for the GPS one. So it's very easy to verify that this is correct.
It should be noted that nowhere in nature can we find molten metal which retains any significant magnetic properties once heated past the Curie point, let alone create some convoluted, constantly moving dipolar field as is claimed by proponents of the fantasy ball Earth.
I'm not an expert in Curie points, but that the magnetic poles are moving, that's easy to determine. Do it. Use a magnetic compass and a gyro compass. You will see it. But it's a fact that the magnetic poles are moving. Is the mountain moving, Eric?
Ancient Buddhist, Vedic, and Jain traditional cosmologies all state that at the North Pole magnetic center point of Earth exists a circular mountain of magnetite called Mount Meru.
The first human being was on the North Pole. The first human being was on the North Pole 1909, but Eric, he tries to use all religion, all the cultures as proof for the mountain on the North Pole. Egyptians, the old Buddhists, none of them have been even close to the North Pole, so use them as a source is only stupid. You can go to the North Pole. At the moment on the screen you see a cruise, a luxury cruising to the North Pole. It's free for anyone to buy a ticket and do that trip. So, Eric, why don't you crowdfund so your followers, the people you fool, can buy you a ticket to see if you see any mountain at the North Pole? Or be a part of the North Pole Marathon. Yes, that's also a thing. It's open for anyone. Okay, not the ice bears, but it's free for anyone to be a part of it.
And as usual, it hasn't worked and we've totally debunked your claims, Eric. Not bad for a budget Bill Nye, hey? Well, there we go. Time to wrap up another video for another day. Please do let me know in the comments what you thought of this one from Eric. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Thanks so much as ever for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the thumbs up button too. I've been Scimandans. Have yourselves a great day.
Thank you, Dan, for visiting my small channel. As I believe that all of you understood that this was not a collab between me and Scimandans. I did see one of Scimandans' latest video about Eric the Babe, and he talked about the importance of debunking Eric. Eric is one of the bigger flat earthers out there, and he's spreading so much lies and stupidity. So I was inspired by Dan to make this video. Hope you liked it. I will be back soon. Have a nice day. Bye.